Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I want to talk about how narcissists have selective memory. You'll find this out when you're dealing with a narcissist. A lot of times you'll bring up things to them and they say, "Oh, I don't remember." Narcissists only want to remember what's going to benefit them. That's why a lot of times when you bring up, something to the narcissist and you're trying to resolve conflict and they have to take accountability or they have to face shame, they love the dumb card, okay? Especially the covert narcissists. They love to say, "Oh, I don't remember," or "It didn't happen that way," or "You're crazy. That's not true," all right? They only want to remember what will benefit them. And a lot of times people say, "Well, they're delusional. They only see it one way, this and that." Narcissists see things the way it will benefit them, okay? That's why when you sit there and you try to resolve conflict with a narcissist, you won't be able to do it because they will never acknowledge your point of view if it inflicts shame on them, okay? They're going to either blame shift and blame you and say it's your fault, or they're going to deny it, or if you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they're going to walk out in the middle of you trying to speak to them because they will not acknowledge anything coming out of your mouth. See, they have selective memory and they also have selective hearing, okay? They only want to hear what they want to hear. That's why, again, when you're dealing with the covert narcissist, they could be very, very dismissive, all right? They pretend to not hear you when you're talking, or they ignore you, all right? This is their way to invalidate you and make you feel like, there's something wrong with you by them not acknowledging your point of view. Like if you ever went to a narcissist and you said, "Can't you just see it from my point of view?" That narcissist is going to pop off, get mad, start screaming, or they're going to walk out. Or some of them may even say, "No, I don't want to see it from your point of view because you're crazy." All right. So they'll gaslight you. They will never, ever acknowledge you. This is how the covert narcissist is so dismissive. Okay. They only want to acknowledge what they want to acknowledge. And it goes on in business all the time, all right? When a narcissist has it in for you, or they don't like you, or you're a threat to that narcissist, and you try to bring things up, they will not acknowledge. They'll say they don't remember. They'll say it didn't happen that way. They'll say, they will not acknowledge your point of view, okay? So you guys, when you try to resolve conflict with a narcissist, it is futile. You won't get anywhere because they won't see your side of the argument if you're saying things that, are going to inflict that shame on them. So they have complete selective hearing, selective memory, and people say, "Well, do they know what they're doing? Are they delusional?" Of course they know what they're doing. What they're doing is trying to, deflect. They're trying to gaslight you. All of this with the selective memory and the selective hearing is to gaslight you, to confuse you, okay? So that you sit there and say, "Well, maybe they really don't remember something." Even though it might have happened yesterday or a few days ago, they remember. They remember. See, you got to understand something. Narcissists, they're not stupid in that way. They pick up on a lot more than you even realize because they're constantly studying you. They're constantly studying the situation. Like people say, "Well, do they know when they're lying?" Absolutely, they know when they're lying because they will lie to certain people and not lie to other people. They will even talk and laugh behind your back about certain lies that they have said about you to maybe other people that they're close with, other narcissists or the flying monkeys. So they know what they're doing. They know what right and wrong is. They know what truth is. But if the truth doesn't benefit them or doesn't work in their favor, what do? They gaslight you. And they gaslight you with that selective memory where they don't remember, they only remember certain things. Like another example would be they'll always throw up in your face everything that they ever did for you, which might be one or two things. "Oh, don't you remember I did this for you? Don't you remember I did that for you?" That's to guilt trip you and make you feel bad so that you never bring up anything to the narcissist. But then when you bring up something and say, well, what about, when I did this, they'll gaslight you and say, oh, I don't remember that. Or, they'll downplay it, or they'll change the topic or something like that, because they don't want to acknowledge that. So all of this is they select what benefits them, okay? It's not that you're crazy. It's not that the narcissist doesn't remember. It's not that the narcissist doesn't hear something. That's like when you're in a room with covert narcissists, a lot of times they could be very, quiet at times because they're sitting there and they're trying to play like they're not taking it all in, they're not paying attention. But when you are in a room with a covert narcissist, you could trust and believe that that covert narcissist doesn't miss a trick. They are studying your expression. They are studying to see if you keep asking them the same question over and over again because you're waiting for them to say something. They want you begging for their validation, okay? But they take it all in, and they're very, very aware of everything. They're very, very aware of everything. And this is what gets me going, is when people sit there and they say, oh, narcissists are so delusional. They're so delusional. Trust and believe, narcissists are way more aware than you even know, okay? But they play delusional. And the way they play delusional is by pretending, they don't remember, pretending they didn't hear that. They play oblivious. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I didn't hear you. They always make excuses to not acknowledge your point of view, okay? And what is all of this, you guys? All of this is gaslighting. This is why I tell you, you've got to study gaslighting. Once you know gaslighting, you will be able to spot when these people are trying to deflect, when they're trying to confuse you, when they're playing games. If somebody can't answer a question straight up, and they come out with all this word salad, all these words, or they change the story, or they bring up another story, or they're talking about something totally unrelated to what you're talking about, you're being gaslit, okay? You are being gaslit. And this is exactly what a covert narcissist does. They love gaslighting. They love selective memory. Oh, I honestly don't know what you're talking about. They love that. Oh, I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Or, I think there's something wrong with your head. You really need to go talk to somebody, okay? But trust and believe, that covert narcissist knows exactly where you're going with it, and you are a threat. You are a threat. So now what do they got to do? They got to discredit you by saying you have mental issues. You're a mental nut. It didn't happen like that. Your mind is all screwed up. You're overly sensitive, okay? You're overly sensitive. See, they love to call you overly sensitive or angry when you try to call them out for something or you try to get them accountable. Right away they'll say, oh, why are you getting like that? Oh, look at you. Why are you getting like that? Oh, why do you take everything to heart? Oh my goodness, there's something wrong with you. Oh, you're so sensitive. Oh, you have anger issues. God forbid you raise your voice because you're angry. You're not allowed to be angry when it comes to dealing with narcissists, because when you're angry, they automatically want to label you as a nut. You're not allowed to be angry. You're not allowed to be angry. You know what it is? The covert narcissist is threatened by you because you're getting in their face and you're calling them out. So what are they going to do? They're going to gaslight, they're going to deflect, and they're going to try to discredit your mental state. This is what they do. And like I said from the beginning, they do that with the selective memory, selective hearing. Again, this is all mind games. These are mind games that the covert narcissists, they play with you, okay? It's like, again, when you're dealing with business or you're dealing with people with an organization or something, and you bring up things about the organization that's not right, what is that organization going to do? They're going to dismiss you, okay? They're not going to acknowledge any points that you bring up to them. Why? because it would inflict shame on the organization. So what are they going to do? They're going to try to get rid of you. This is what they do. This is what narcissists love to do. They love to get rid of people that call them out for their bullshit. You are a threat, okay? So that's why I tell you, that's how you're really going to know that you're dealing with a narcissist is either A, you challenge them. In other words, you tell them they're wrong, okay? And I'm not talking about, this is for the trolls in the back that say, well, I'm not going to go around challenging everybody to see if they're narcissist. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when you see something that's not right and you correct them and you say, that's not right, it should be done this way, or, that's not right what you're doing, that's unethical, or something like that, see their response. A narcissist is going to get angry. How dare you question their judgment? How dare you correct them, okay? Or the other way they're going to handle it, especially with a covert narcissist, is they're going to they're going to stonewall and walk out on you and not let you even finish a sentence. See, now, here's the thing you got to understand. Narcissists know who they can play with and who they can't, okay? And they know that when you're a strong, unwavering person, they are scared of people like that. They are definitely scared of people that they can't manipulate and make them doubt themselves. So what are they going to do? They're not going to want to deal with you, okay? They're going to usually just call you crazy. Oh, you're crazy, because they don't know what else to say. When a narcissist calls you crazy, you know you fucking got them, because they have nothing else to say. They have nothing else to say except, oh, you're crazy, because you're calling them out. You got their back against the wall. And then what they're going to do is they're going to walk out on you, and then they may go no contact with you and try to make you suffer with the silent routine, okay? Classic covert narcissist behavior, all right? This is what they do so that they want to break you down. So they leave some time to go by, and after a certain amount of time goes by, then what they do is, they wait to see if you come looking for them, because that gives them the power. Never, ever do that. Never, ever go looking for them. And if you don't go looking for them, then what they're going to do is they may contact you after a certain amount of time, and then they don't bring up the argument. They bring up something else. Why? Because they don't want to take that accountability. They don't want to face shame. They like to sweep things under the rug. They like to sweep things under the rug. It's like when people say to me, when the narcissist keeps saying to you, oh, why do you got to keep bringing up things from the past? Okay? What is that, you guys? That is gaslighting, all right? What did I tell you? No gaslighting. That is gaslighting. They are trying to confuse you. They're trying to make you doubt yourself that, oh, you always bring up the same thing over and over again. Oh, you're a pest. Oh, you don't let things go. Oh, you're sensitive, okay? Instead of answering the question, all right? When you're bringing something up from the past, instead of answering it, resolving it, moving on from there, they want it swept under the rug. They want to create doubt. They want to make you think that you're a troublemaker. You always bring things up. You're a pain in the neck. You don't let things go. And all of that is gaslighting so that you don't make the narcissist accountable, okay? So you guys understand the mind games of the narcissist, all right? And I'm talking specifically about the covert narcissist, usually how they handle things. And one of the things, like I said, is the selective memory. They want to remember only what benefits them. Selective hearing. They pretend to only hear what benefits them, okay? And then all of this other gaslighting, the playing amnesia, the walking out, the stonewalling, the silent treatment. And what is all of this? What is all of this? These are all mind games, because they're dodging taking accountability. That's exactly what it is. They're dodging taking accountability. They can't deal with that shame. So they rather just, make you feel like you're crazy and all of that, all right? Don't be a sucker. No, stay focused. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you have to stay focused. You've got to see when somebody is playing mind games, deflecting, trying to confuse you. This is the narcissist game, is to confuse you, all right? So, this is what it is. If they can't, Be straight with it. If they can't answer you straight, you know you're dealing with somebody who's trying to mind fuck you, all right? Now, I hope that helps you guys. If it does, please hit the subscribe button. Please share the podcast. Don't forget, all of my information is on YouTube. I'm going to be centering mainly on YouTube at the Game Exposed podcast. I have over 4,000 videos, and I talk a lot about the Covert Narcissist. On Facebook, it's the Game EXP 123. Watch out for fake pages, okay? If you see other Game Exposed, I have 2 pages on Facebook, the Game EXP 123, and the backup page on Facebook is the Game EXP 707. Any other pages on Facebook are fake pages. Please report, okay? And on Instagram, it's the Game EXP 123, and TikTok is the Game Exposed. And one last thing, you guys, if you're having a problem with somebody, you don't know if they're a narcissist, maybe you're having conflict with a narcissist, maybe you're going through a divorce with a narcissist or anything like that, or, you're just confused or you're trauma bonded or whatever, and you want one-on-one phone coaching, go to the links in the bio, go to my website at Ask Yaz, my website. The link is in the bio if you want one-on-one phone coaching, confidential coaching, okay? And have a great day.